We had goals, drama, and a major cup set in the round of 32 of the Australia Cup. The round of 16 is coming up. Let's talk about it. Some truly fascinating matchups in the round of 16, and it starts with Sydney United taking on Brisbane Roar, a rematch of last year's semi-final. What a game this will be. Sydney United won their round of 32 match against Broadmeadow Magic, winning 4-2. Brisbane Roar, they had to get it done in extra time against the 10-man Newcastle Jets 2-1. This, again, I think will be a tight game. Sydney United, very impressive in that win against Broadmeadow Magic, and I think they'll get the win here again. I think especially that win in the semi-final last year against Brisbane Roar, they'll know that they can beat this Roar side. And for me, this Brisbane Roar side is probably even a little bit weaker than the Roar side that played Sydney United in that semi-final last year. I reckon Sydney United caused the cup set here 3-2. For the third consecutive year, Melbourne City and Wellington Phoenix are meeting each other in the Australia Cup. Melbourne City just snuck through in their round of 32 game with a 3-2 win against Oakley Cannons, and Wellington Phoenix, they weren't at their best despite winning 2-1 in extra time against Peninsula Power. It is worth taking a look back at those previous Australia Cup meetings between these two sides, and Wellington Phoenix actually won both of those meetings, the first one being on penalties. But when you look at the A-League's form from last year, Melbourne City picked up 2 wins and there was 1 draw in the 3 meetings total between these two sides. Wellington Phoenix with a new head coach and Melbourne City essentially with a totally new squad. This should be a fascinating matchup once again. I'm going to go City to win this one with a home advantage. I think there's going to be goals galore though. I'm going to go 4-2. And another all A-Leagues matchup, Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Adelaide United, two teams who finished in the top 4 of the A-League men's competition last season. What a juicy matchup this is early on in the cup competition. Wanderers, they were very impressive in their 6-1 win over Florida Athena. Adelaide United, comprehensive in their 2-0 victory against North Coast City. This one should be a close one once again. Again, if you look back at the results in the A-League from last season, 1 win for Adelaide, that was in Sydney, and that 4-4 draw. For the Wanderers, they'll be looking to qualify for the quarterfinals for the first time since 2019. And Adelaide United, of course, we know they're the cup specialists. They've won the competition 3 times now. Despite it being pretty early on in the A-League's pre-seasons, both these teams are looking pretty solid and, well put together. I think the Wanderers just get ahead, though, with their home advantage. Lockie Brooks scored a handful of goals in that round of 32 match. He'll be coming up against his former side here in Adelaide United. I'm going to go Wanderers 3-2. Both MetroStars and Inter Lions picked up huge wins in the round of 32. MetroStars winning 5-0, Inter Lions 6-0. We could expect lots of goals from this matchup once again as well. The MetroStars, they've made it to the round of 16 for the second time ever, but they haven't won a round of 16 match yet. Inter Lions, of course, we know this is their debut in the finals rounds of the cup competition. I was especially impressed with MetroStars though in that round of 32 match. They just looked so strong, and again at home here, I think they'll win. But let's go for a high scoring matchup. We're keeping up with the high scores here. Let's go 5-3 to MetroStars. Melbourne Knights take on Campbelltown City. Melbourne Knights defeating the Lions 4-1, whereas Campbelltown City, they picked up the big cup set in the round of 32, defeating last year's cup champions in MacArthur FC. This isn't the first time Melbourne Knights have featured in the round of 16. Their last appearance in this stage came all the way back in 2016. Campbelltown City, this is the furthest they've made it in the tournament. Can they keep the dream up? I think they will. I think especially coming off that big cup set win will fill them with a massive amount of confidence. I'm going to go for the away team to get the win here, 3-2. Gold Coast Knights have a tough test against A-League men's opposition Western United. The Knights defeated Devonport Strikers 1-0 in the round of 32. Western United 4-0 against Edgeworth Eagles. Gold Coast Knights are no strangers to the round of 16. This is the second time they have made it to the round of 16 in the last 3 years. Whereas for Western United, they'll be hoping to qualify for the quarterfinals for the first time in their history, and I think they will do it here. I think they will be too strong for the Knights on this occasion, 2-0. Now, Druitt Rangers v Heidelberg United should be a really fascinating clash. Two teams who got decent wins in the round of 32, and it's an exciting occasion for Mount Druitt Town Rangers. This is the first time they've qualified for the round of 16. Heidelberg United, they are experienced when it comes to the Australia Cup. They've made it through to the quarterfinals 3 times. I think that cup experience will just get the away team across the line here. Heidelberg United from Victoria. I'm going to go 2-1. And then it's somewhat of a Sydney derby for the final match. APIA Leichhardt taking on Sydney FC. What a matchup this will be. APIA Leichhardt defeating Goulburn Valley Suns 4-1 in the round of 32. Sydney FC got through on that crazy penalty shootout against Central Coast Mariners. APIA Leichhardt, they're currently top of the NPL New South Wales, and we'll be hoping to get a win here against the Sky Blues. APIA Leichhardt, again, one of those NPL teams who have good experience when it comes to the Australia Cup. They are 2 for 3 in the round of 16. But for Sydney FC, they have some decent history in the Cup as well. On only 2 occasions have Sydney FC failed to make it through to the quarterfinals. APIA Leichhardt, they have faced A-League opposition in the Cup before. They defeated Western Sydney Wanderers, but had a heavy loss to Central Coast Mariners. But I think they get up here to cause the cup set. I'm going to go another high-scoring match. Let's go 4-3 APIA Leichhardt in extra time. So some big score lines and some cup sets in there as well. Drop your predictions to the round of 16 down in the comment section below, and keep an eye on the channel. We're going to be live doing watch-alongs for a bunch of these games over the next week. My name's Lockie. This is Coastward Football, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.